man. Have some respect. You're Stephen O, for goodness sakes.
Look, it was just a prank, man.
Prank! It's a joke. You are terrorists of the multiverse of Stephen O. You have gone to the prison world. No!
All right. Welcome back to DeepMake Studios. My name is Stephen O, and what you just saw was a little portals video I've been working on over the last few weeks, and I'm going to show you guys how I made these portals utilizing DeepMake Stable Diffusion plugin. So first thing, you want to shoot yourself either walking into an environment, jumping in. I wanted to do a teleportation effect, and you want plate as well. So first thing you're going to do is duplicate that version of you jumping, name it something like Roto, and then you're going to come get the Roto brush, and you're gonna rotoscope yourself out so you can isolate yourself as a top layer above a portal that you create. Use Alt and click to create red to remove the spots you don't want, and click freeze when you're done with your roto brush. Now you're gonna move that roto version of you to the top layer so it stands above the effect we made. Now you're gonna need a portal effect. I'm gonna just take mine off of Production Crate rather than making it. So I went to Production Crate, I typed in portal effects, and I just downloaded a bunch. I wasn't originally gonna go to the Doctor Strange route, but then it just looked the best. So first thing I did was drop that in one that is generating the portal, right? And then I'm gonna combine one that's the portal's already in place. But first thing you're gonna do, you're gonna come to blending mode, you're gonna right click, come to blending mode, and click add. This will get rid of the black for you on that portal. Then you're gonna come to your transform settings, and you're gonna change the position and the scale using the settings to where you wanna place this portal effect. I chose to place it on this window, so it was almost like it was in the wall was my goal here. And look, it's already coming together fairly nicely. So next thing I needed to do was add a part that was continuously rotating. So I took another portal effect that was just constantly rotating, and then I copied the transform effects onto that, and I blend mode add. Then I wanted to create effect of myself kind of growing in size from the portal. So I went to my roto layer and I created keyframes at the start of the clip for size and for position. And then when I wanted myself to be full size, I created a keyframe as well. So it sort of gave me this growing, because I didn't do the walking Doctor Strange effect. I wanted to kind of grow, shoot up, kind of like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I used keyframes, and it took me a while to get the right feel, but this is what it looked like when I was done. Nice. All right, so next thing you want is you're gonna come up to layer, create a new solid black. And you don't have to do this, but I decided to scale it down using transform. And then I went up and I scaled it where I wanted it to be under my portal, right? So I made it about that size. And then you're gonna come up to effect, make sure you're clicked on that layer, come to DeepMake, AI plugin render. Now you have a generate image, you click on your prompt, and I typed in dystopian city because I felt like that's where we were coming from. That's the universe and this multiverse where this villain was coming from. And look, it generated a pretty good image. Then I just scaled it up and I placed it where I wanted it to be behind my image. So now what you're gonna do, you're gonna need to cut a hole in your plate using the ellipsis tool. And then of course you will put the solid at the very bottom layer. So then you're gonna come click, subtract. And then what I did was I wanted it to grow with this portal effect. So I did the whole keyframes with the mask expansion, and when I wanted it to be full, I set another keyframe there and I scaled it up so it would grow with the portal effect. I also did a keyframe for a mask path, and you can set a keyframe at the start, and so you can really make it so it grows perfectly with this portal effect, and it looks really cool. Use your selection tool to move it. And then of course you want to feather this up, and so you get an effect like this. So you're gonna wanna have some color correction to make yourself match. So what I like to do is I like to come up to effects, color correction, come to curves, and then I like to play with the RGB curve just so I get the right color of the world that the DeepMake Stable Diffusion has created for me. I then do the same thing for the plate, and now we have a more consistent look. The last thing I did was I went back to Production Create and I wanted to add like some sparks as I came out. So I came in and I dropped that in and I did the same thing with the right click blend mode add. And then I also used keyframes of position and scale to make sure that that was shooting out the way I wanted to. The only difference with this is I wanted it to match the color of the portal effect. So what you're gonna wanna do to that is you're gonna wanna come up to Effect, come up to Color Correction, and then hit CC Toner. You're gonna come to your highlights. You use the dropper to match the yellow highlights of the portal. Click OK with that, then come to your midtones, and you're gonna make that the orange that you see in the midtones of the portal. And now, in doing so, it's like a reddish. In doing so, now we have our sparks that match, and it gives it a little more interaction into the world. You can continue to go farther by adding more elements, but check it out. Here we go, and that's how I made my portals using DeepMake Stable Diffusion AI text-to-image generator. Pretty cool, very excited about it. Thanks for tuning in. I hope to see you guys soon.